If you're trying to decide between Newnan, Georgia and Peachtree City, Georgia, the surface level answer most people give you is completely wrong. The right choice has almost nothing to do with which city is better and everything to do with which one matches the way you and your family actually live. So let me show you what I mean. Hi, my name is Sheree Macaroni. I'm a realtor based right here in Newnan, Georgia, and I work across Coweta County, Fayette County, Peachtree City, and other South Metro Atlanta areas. I help buyers and sellers compare these markets almost every single week. The question of Newnan versus Peachtree City come up almost every single time, and most of the comparisons online are really way too generic to actually help you make a decision. Today, I'm going to walk you through the real differences: price, inventory, lifestyle, schools, commutes, and the kind of buyer and homeowner each of them actually fits. So let's start with price. Always the big ticker, right? Because price is where everyone wants to start. So the median sale price in Newnan right now is roughly $360,000 to $415,000, depending on the zip code and what data source you are checking. The median sale price in Peachtree City hovers about $590,000 to $724,000, depending on which source you trust and which slice of the market you are actually looking at. So Peachtree City is meaningfully more expensive, often by at least $100,000 to $150,000, and could even go up to $300,000 compared to the square footage over in Coweta County. Why? There's a few reasons, so let's get into them. So Peachtree City is one of the most desirable suburbs in Metro Atlanta. It is a master planned community with more than 100 miles of golf cart paths, top-rated Fayette County schools, and a lifestyle that genuinely doesn't exist anywhere else in our region. The golf cart culture is a real thing. People run their errands, drop their kids off at school, go to dinner, all on the golf cart. That premium is built into this price. Newnan is beautiful. It's this growing small town with a historic downtown square, strong Coweta County schools. You get way more square footage per your dollar and an easier inventory. We have charm without the same level of amenity driven lifestyles, different value propositions, lower entry point. So now let's talk about inventory and time on market. So Peachtree City inventory has been tighter than Newnan over the last 12 months, with months of supply running close to one of the tightest markets. Days on market in Peachtree City have fluctuated between roughly 43 and 65, depending on the price band that you're looking at and what time of the year it is. So sell to list price ratios has stayed strong, probably around 97% of asking. People are paying a premium to be there for sure. Newnan inventory has loosened up. Days on market have stretched out into 60s and 70s on an average for many price points. Price reductions are very common right now. The competitive pressure on sellers is high because buyers have so much choice in Coweta County. So what does that mean if you're a homeowner? If you own in Peachtree City, you have a strong seller's position right now. You got less competition, faster sales, better sale to list ratios, but you also need to price carefully because Peachtree City buyers, they're sophisticated. They know the market. Overpricing in Peachtree City still gets you punished. So if you own in Newnan, you have to work harder. The market is more balanced or slightly buyer market. Just depending on the price point. Presentation, pricing, and marketing matter a lot right now. The good news is the buyer pool is bigger and broader because the price point opens up to first-time home buyers. So move up families and Atlanta relocation buyers in a way that Peachtree City entry point just does not have. So now let's look at the schools. So Peachtree City sits in the Fayette County School District. These schools are consistently top rated. The district has a strong reputation across the metro. Yes, they even get to drive their golf carts to school when they're over 16. And that's a major driver of the home values. Families pay the premium specifically to be zoned in these schools. Now, Newnan sits in Coweta County school system. Coweta is also a strong district with 3 traditional high schools, Northgate, Newnan, and East Coweta, and a genuinely solid academic profile. Coweta isn't quite as commonly ranked at the very top of Metro Atlanta school list as Fayette County may be, but it is a respected district, and individual schools within Coweta perform very, very well. If schools are your single biggest decision driver, Peachtree City typically wins. If you want a strong school, but you also want more home for your money, Newnan is going to win every time. Lifestyle is where it really gets interesting. Peachtree City, it's that mastered plan community. The amenity-driven lifestyle, you got 5 villages, golf cart paths everywhere, lakes, parks. The vibe is very specific and very intentional. People who live in Peachtree City describe it as feeling almost like they're on vacation every day. People who don't love it describe it as feeling a little bit too planned and a bit too uniform for them. Newnan has a different feel. Historic downtown square, antebellum homes, local restaurants and breweries, a genuine small city center that has been there for over a century. New construction subdivision on the edges, master plan communities like Summer Grove, Stonebridge that offer amenities. But the heart of Newnan is downtown and the surrounding established neighborhoods, not a single plan community concept at all. So commute matters too. Peachtree City to downtown Atlanta is about 30 miles, typically 40 to 60 minutes, depending on traffic. Hartsfield International Airport, 20 miles away. To get onto the Peachtree City exit, the traffic is horrendous. So keep that in mind. Newnan to downtown Atlanta is about 40 miles, typically 40 to 50 minutes on a normal day, longer in peak traffic. Hartsfield-Jackson is roughly 30 minutes away from most of Newnan, sometimes 20, depending on what part of the city that you live in and what exit you are getting off of. So both cities offer a commute bus options to Atlanta employment centers. Both are codependent for daily life. Neither have meaningful local transit beyond that, though. So keep that in mind. So who is each one of these for? Peachtree City is for the buyer or the homeowner who values lifestyle infrastructure. The golf carts, the paths, the village, the aesthetic, the premium schools, the retirees who want that resort style community. The professionals of the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, especially Delta pilots, love Peachtree City. They are going to pay a premium for that proximity. The relocation buyer from a high-cost coastal market who's used to amenity planned communities also is really going to love Peachtree City. Newnan is for the buyer or the homeowner who wants more home, more land, more value per the dollar. The family that wants strong school systems without the Peachtree City premium. The professional who can hybrid and remote work, be 20 minutes from the airport. The buyer who falls in love with that historic downtown square and wants to be part of a real growing small city. The Atlanta refugee who's chasing the lifestyle gap I talked about in my previous video. So, are you weighing out Newnan versus Peachtree City right now? What's the single biggest factor pulling you in the direction one way or the other? I genuinely want to know, because that's the conversation I have with clients every week, and I learn something new every single time I have a conversation with them. So let me give you one piece of perspective. A lot of homeowners I work with, they don't actively have to choose between Newnan and Peachtree City. They cross shop. They look at homes for sale in Newnan and they look at homes for sale in Peachtree City. They compare the prices. They compare the tax records. They compare what that's going to cost them. Sometimes they find the perfect Peachtree City golf lifestyle and decide it's worth every single penny. Both are legitimate, and the right answer is the one that fits for you, your actual lifestyle, not the one that has generic rankings. So if you're a homeowner in either market, thinking about selling or buying, trying to decide where to land, this is exactly a kind of conversation I help people walk through. If you're selling in Peachtree City, I'll walk you through Peachtree City home values for your specific village, your area, the street, exactly that floor plan. We'll talk about pricing strategy in a tight inventory market and how to capture the maximum value, right? But if you're selling over in Coweta County and Newnan or anywhere else in the county, I'll pull real comps, walk through school zones, look at the neighborhood absorption rate, and build a listing plan that captures the broadest possible buyer pool for your home. If you're cross shopping, I can help you with that too. Same person, both markets, no pressure, just real numbers and real conversations about the numbers. My contact information is always below in the videos. You can always reach me through macaronihomes.com. Just click the contact section and fill that out and I'll give you a call. But before I close out, let me address one thing that often comes up in these conversations. A lot of homeowners ask me which market is better long-term investment, Newnan or Peachtree City. The honest answer is both. They both have strong fundamentals, but they appreciate differently, right? Peachtree City has shown sustained appreciation over decades. There aren't many golf cart opportunities to scale anywhere in the country, and the scarcity is really a must. Now, if you bought your home in Newnan 5, 10, 15 years ago, you have probably watched it appreciate substantially. The same is true for Peachtree City owners. Going forward, the appreciation rate in either market will depend on a broader interest rate environment, right? Employment growth, the trajectory of Metro Atlanta as a whole. Anyone who tells you knows exactly where the prices are going if you're selling something. What I can tell you is that both Newnan and Peachtree City are positioned in the most economical, dynamic region of the Southeast, with strong school systems, established communities, and clear demand drivers. If your decision is more about lifestyle than investment, focus on which one fits your life. If your decision is focused more on long-term wealth building, both markets have strong fundamentals, but Peachtree City definitely is going to require a larger upfront investment, and Newnan offers more of the upsides relative to the entry price, right? So neither is a wrong decision. The wrong choice is buying a home that doesn't fit how you actually live, regardless of what city it is in. So I hope this helps a little bit understand the difference between Coweta County and Fayette County, which is Newnan and Peachtree City. Thank you so much for watching. I covered Newnan, Peachtree City, home values, Coweta County and Fayette County every week on this channel as well. If there is a comparison that you need me to do, just hit subscribe, drop a comment with which way you are leaning, and I would love to see you in the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.